So I bought one of these barrel shrouds here to try to keep the barrel cool when I'm shooting rounds repeatedly. It tends to get pretty hot. And I mean by a little hot, I mean steam rolling off the barrel after 30 rounds. I think there might be a flaw from previous overheating because it was purchased used. And this aluminum block sleeve was just quickest, easiest way I could to release the heat and keep the barrel cool while I used it, and it's worked like a charm for that. And I noticing when I purchased it, and still to this day, people have a lot of questions about this that hasn't quite been answered yet. So I'm going to try to answer them for you here. The first thing is the company said that they reviewed all 3 lines of ammo. Now there are 3 lines of ammo for this gun. Oh, and I will use plenty of sarcasm throughout this review and explanation. Your first one here, your hunting sport round, is your SS 197 SR. It's your sporting round, SS 197. The second one is subcontracted to Federal, and your third one is your standard FNH. Yes, your standard FNH 195, which oh, right, they contracted it to Federal, which released it under their American Eagle line, so their 195 is actually one and the same. So here are your 2 standard lines. If you hear them mention 195, they actually mean the American Eagle Federal. There is an actual third line to this available in the US, and that is the 5.7 subsonic round for use with a real silencer. Of course, this isn't a real silencer. It's really only useful if you have that silencer, and it is extremely hard to get. If you can get your hands on that, you have more resources than I do. So when they say we reviewed all 3 rounds, unless they somehow reviewed the subsonic round, which I don't believe they did, these are your 2 options. These are really the only 2. Like they said, this shoots remarkably, or not remarkably, but fairly clean. You can use it for a while. This is filthy. Not that I have anything against Federal American Eagle. This is what I shoot the most of, but yes, it releases a lot of deposit in the barrel, and I'm going to explain to you exactly what's going on with that. Can't point it out right now because this is on, but for most of you that know, and of course this is completely unloaded, the stock has been removed, there's no hammer or chamber in the round. I'm not going to shoot my finger off when I point into the barrel here. So there's a the original bird cage flash suppressor down in here, and when this seals up, it seats tightly on the rim of that, which means all the residue that is spreading out from the bird cage is coming out behind this barrel shroud, down the length of it, and out the air escape that is left here by the standoff screws when it's in place. So that means that the burn-off is getting down through here, which is cooling it, which condenses it and completely junks up the inside of this against the barrel. And of course, carbon builds up, eventually both sides, are joined by one buildup of residue, and this thing is stuck. That would be the second question I see a lot of people asking. How in the world do I get this thing off? With one of these straws, actually. You get this thing right down in here. Try to get the spray right inside the bird cage and spray it down inside the bird cage, and of course up inside the bird cage. Try to get it between the shroud and the bird cage flash. Then, and I don't have a whole lot of hands for this, and this is a held camera, so I'm going to try to balance this while I hold it. There. Take this, get it right down into the gap, and spray it in. And of course I've already sprayed a whole bunch of stuff down around this gap. And then let it sit. When I say sit, I mean 20 minutes or more. If it doesn't dissolve the crud inside, just spray more. And keep putting it in there and waiting until it loosens all the residue up. So it's been in there for a while. If things get really bad, you still can't break it off, you can put a board here on this side of it and just give it a couple whacks with the hammer, break it up, try to saw it, give it a little jar there, loosen it up, and then once you're pretty sure it's set, this is going to tip over here, give it a good hard twist and slide it off. Still a little tight, but it's twisting here. So I am going to guess that I didn't get one or two of these screws out far enough. So let's quick back them off a little more. Like I said, once it's softened up enough, give it a twist. Ooh. And it slides right off. It's stuck on that last little bit there, and I don't have a free hand. Alright, there we go. And as you can see with the bird cage, it's not too clear in the camera, there is a heavy deposit on here, and that's what was sticking it firmly inside of the shroud here. And it's off, and I just prefer to clean both surfaces thoroughly. Let's see, what is it? 30 caliber fits inside the cage, cleans that off pretty good. You can just wipe this thing down with paper towel. In the inside of this one, a really good fit for cleaning that is actually 12 or 10 gauge shotgun kit. Just scrub that thing down, wipe it down, and you're all set. And I hope that answers people's questions, and you enjoy this as much as I do. Have a good day. Halfway through cleaning, I realized I gave some wrong indications here. There are 3 different sizes on the barrel. This round chamber is cleaned by a 30 caliber. The remainder of the barrel is cleaned by a 22. This particular end is cleaned by a, I don't know if it shows up, 20 gauge shotgun cleaner. Now that's what I used to clean that one out, and it works. Just so that everyone knows how to do the job right.